Hi, everybody. Welcome to English 529 Management Communications. My name is Michael Collins, and I'll be the instructor for this course. I want to go over the syllabus and some other items so that you can have a better understanding of what is expected and hopefully make it easier to navigate the course, as some things here are not, I wouldn't say that they're not intuitive, mainly because we're going to be using new technologies to do things that we've done in the past, just in a different way. So I'll get to that in a minute, but first let's dive right in with this. If you're watching a future version of this course, this may not necessarily be spring 2021 or this particular section. However, the material will probably be the same. So just use that for what it's worth. This is the best way to reach me. Email. I'm on every day except Saturday. Saturday, I don't even look at the computer. I try to stay away from it because I've made a career of teaching online, and you just need to take one day off a week and do something like hike or whatever. Just get away from the desk. The course purpose is mainly for leadership, um, people looking for uh, opportunities to advance their career or develop leadership skills or what have you. This has a twofold component to it. Is that like most leadership aspects, there there are two things you're going to learn. Obviously, in the first part is that when you're going through this program, you're going to learn skill sets necessary for you to do your job, to be a subject matter expert. But in the long run, it's all about leadership and problem solving. And communication is one way we're going to do that, but we're also going to solve problems through case analysis as well. And I'm going to walk you through this once a week with announcements and things like that to help you do this. But as I said, communication is a critical component of leadership. And of course, the better you do it, the better you'll probably be. And in alongside that, again, we're going to be doing case studies, which is the base method for most business schools, how they do um, uh, short, written, um, punchy problem solving exercises. And we'll do that here too. Here are the learning outcomes. I'm not going to read them to you. Probably should have known these already, or you can see them in the catalog. So I'll just take a few seconds there, let you read it, just in case you want to look at it. And then we'll go on to the key assignments. First week, all I'm going to want you to do is learn how to use this course. That'll mean reading the syllabus and acknowledging, send me a written note telling me that you have read and understood what the expectations are. Then we'll go on to our first case, our practice case one. We'll go into a lot of detail about how to do case analysis. As I said, this is the core foundational business instruction method. Now, you may not necessarily be in a business school, but if you're in leadership or you aspire to leadership, this is basically the way that instruction is done, is through case analysis. And the reason for that is because when you're in a leadership position, nothing ever stays static. So you can't replicate results like you might do in the scientific method, which is why law and business is particularly fond of using case analysis. Then we'll go on to choosing the medium. I think we'll do that. I think I got the order mixed up there. Case 2 will come right on the heels of case 1. So you can demonstrate how well you do that. Then we'll do choosing the medium. Visual enhancements, which is the most common types of components, visual components to help explain relationships that are found in business documents. You'll do a negative performance appraisal. You'll take a subordinate and try to turn them around. We'll have case three. We'll produce an executive summary, and we'll do individual case analysis presentation. In this particular option, you'll choose a case of your own. It could be at your own work, and you'll do a presentation. Executive summary is in there as well. A lot of times, courses like this require large formal reports, and I've omitted that for a couple of reasons. Number one is that large organizations generally have a standardized format that you have to follow. So there's really not a whole lot of thinking there. It's more or less just filling in the blanks in the sections. And I could submit that to you as well. We could do a large report. However, I think the executive summary and these other aspects are far more important because at this level, people should know how to write large reports. But what is difficult to do is write short and punchy, terse, succinct analysis in a way that you are able to inform and persuade your audience in such a way that use the minimal amount of text to get your points across. And the reason for that is, to go to a whole old cliche, but time is money. And the longer you hold somebody up in reading a report, the more time you consume for them, for yourself, and for the company. The executive summary provides a screenshot into the report, and a busy executive can determine whether or not that they want to keep reading, or if they do want to keep reading, should they come back later, or if it's so pressing, maybe they should read the whole thing now. But I guess what I want to say here is, for the theme of this, is that we want to get clarity in economy more than anything else. We're not necessarily looking for long-winded writing, flowery prose, or anything like that. Short and punchy. We want Hemingway, not Faulkner. Okay, so if you can say something in 800 words, and you've written 1,000-word document, pare it down. We want less if you can achieve the same effectiveness. Okay. All right. So enough about that. This is the grading rubric. It won't be for every assignment. The case analysis is going to be not evaluated this way in particular, simply because I put a lot of emphasis on peer responses. Make sure you look through this very carefully. I always get somebody in the first and second weeks that said that they weren't familiar with this, even though they acknowledged that they had read the syllabus. Well, it doesn't cut it. Make sure you get through this. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is that most of the assignments will use this rubric, and that includes responding to classmates' postings whenever appropriate and possible. The reason for that is most of the educational research, and when I say most, we're talking like in the high 90s, 90 percentiles, says that students learn best from their peers. So if you learn best from your peers, why wouldn't we use that? Why wouldn't we employ that method? And the answer is obvious. Of course we will. So we share a lot of documents and ideas with each other, and that's the goal here, is to do that. So you'll post a lot of your work in public and share your ideas with other people. Critique gently and compliment and so on and so forth to make sure that you get the maximum value out of this course. Now, some things we're not going to do. The case analysis in particular is a little bit different. That's going to be divided up into 70% written portion and 30% on a presentation aspect. And we'll use a program called PitchVantage, and I'll talk more about that in a second. You'll do some practice presentations and you'll be evaluated based on your performance on, I think, 9 factors or something like that. Okay, here's what it takes to get an A. Most everybody gets an A. A C is a respectable F in grad school. Almost nobody gets there. You really have to work hard at it, which means not work hard at it. In other words, don't turn in your work when you're supposed to, and so forth. All right. So here are the required text and software. We're going to have a Pearson collection of e-readings. So let's go there first. Let's talk about that. You'll click here. This is the collection you want. You'll have chapter readings almost every week. So what you're going to need to do is you haven't purchased this material. So you want to buy, and then you'll create an account. And you do that, you'll buy the ebook. It's good for about 6 months, okay? Pretty straightforward. Now you can see that we have readings each week. See? Chapter 5s, 1s and 2s, so on and so forth. All right? So that's how you do that. We also have the case study handbook. You'll need that. So let's go there. All right, see this section, register for your free account. Once you do, this will become available. It'll cost you $30, I think. So again, pretty straightforward. You'll need this book for your readings as well. And let's see, PitchVantage. Yes, we want to talk about that. PitchVantage. All right. You'll need to register yourself. And I believe the license will cost you $40. This is for Managerial Communication Spring 2021. You register there. Now let's go over to PitchVantage. All right. Okay. What this does is PitchVantage is all about doing presentations. However, you won't do them in front of a group of people. You'll do them in front of a simulated audience, like you see right here on the screen here. If you do a good job, the audience will demonstrate attentiveness, sit closer in their chairs, so on and so forth. So it measures you on 9 different components. I think it's body language, eye contact, so on and so forth. Whenever you do your case analysis, you're going to do case 2 and 3. You'll be using this to do your presentation. Again, as I said, 70% of this is graded on the written portion, 30% is on the presentation. I don't need to see your presentation, but I can look at it if I want to. It'll have an automatic system that evaluates you. I believe you're going to need to score above 70% for a passing score. You can practice as many times as you want. So let's see how it works. Okay. So anyway, says here, practice your presentation in front of two simulated audiences that react based on how you present. And let's see, what do we get? We get pitch variability, which is your voice, pace, volume, verbal distractions, pauses, pace, eye contact, so on and so forth. So you'll sign up for this. When it comes time for you to do your presentations, you're going to need a camera on your computer. You'll do your presentation in front of it. You're going to need to do it at least 3 times, and you're going to need a minimum passing score of 70%. More on that later, but you will, I think you're going to like this. Most people are a little intimidated in the beginning, but I found many people, in fact, most people, just genuinely love this program after they get the hang of it. And the good part about this is if you have to do any presentations at your work, you can practice this using that as well. And please feel free to do so. Part of the reason we divide it up this way is that since this is part of a leadership component training, you're going to have to be able to get up in front of a group of people and do presentations or inform or persuade them to some point of view. And so while in the past we would be stuck only with the written portion of this, now we can integrate both the written and the oral presentation in this component. So it's a big leap forward for us, and I think we're very glad for that. So anyway, here's how you sign up for all these things. And that's about it for that. Okay, so course timeline. Here's the course timeline. Make sure you look at that. Make sure you also, let me go back to this. Yeah. Make sure you go to the announcements every week and check those. I post announcements every week, and I'm going to do a video probably each week to help you understand what's expected and probably help you to head off some of the obvious questions that will be coming my way simply by getting ahead of them. The questions are usually the same every semester. So by doing that, it will save you time and save me time. But anyway, here it is. The first week is introduction, syllabus review. Not a heavy lift. You do have some reading. We'll do our first practice case analysis week 2. Then we'll really get into it week 2, case 2 for week 3. And demonstrate how you do it for real. So then we'll split this up. Again, 70% will be the written portion, 30% oral. Choosing the right medium for the right audience will be week 4. Case 3, cross-cultural communication. Week 6, visual enhancements for the most common types of visual augmentation for documents that are found in business. Negative performance appraisal, which will be correcting an employee or subordinate of yours. And then finally, we'll have an executive summary, and you'll choose your own individual case that you want to solve. And if you want, I can provide you with one, but generally most people want to do something from work so that they can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which is completely fine. Okay, so due dates. Make sure you look at those, not only here, but in the announcements. Check messages regularly. Participation in late submissions. Everything is due on Sunday night for the week. So like, for example, week 7, I'll assign it to you on Monday morning. It'll be due Sunday night. Okay? That'll be the 18th. We'll also have discussion forums. You'll need to post and respond. Let's go back to the syllabus. The this, remember? Response to a classmate's posting, so that's important. And I may modify it, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that I got this the way I want it. Okay. Here's a boatload of syllabus policy statements that the NAU has provided. They keep getting longer and longer, but they think it's important, so make sure you read it. Okay, so that's it for the syllabus. Look, here's the announcements. I post these every week. Messages, check there. I sometimes send you individual messages. Discussion board. It's where a lot of things are posted, where you and your. But you'll find most of these accessible through here. So, for example, we're going to practice our Millennium Media case, our very first one. You notice here in the module, you'll see a whole boatload of documents to help you. I'm not going to talk about those right now, just because that particular week I'm going to break it down on video and show you exactly how to do it. And then a little film to watch, and then here you're going to post your response. So what you'll do is you click create a thread. You'll give it a title, Millennium Media post. Okay, and then you fill it in, and you click submit, and so forth. If possible, post everything here unless it'll mess up the format. Obviously, for visual enhancements, you're going to need to post a file. If it's something like this, try to post it here so people don't have to open up attachments. Okay, that would be nice. So anyway, back to course modules. You see that here, 1 through 8. Course content and syllabus. I'm going to post a video here. This video right in here, which you don't see right now. And that's it. The grade center. I don't know how you see grade centers, but anyway, that's where I look for them right there. Okay, I know that was a lot of information. Of course, we don't expect to get everything answered in one time. And there's going to be a lot of segments here that's going to require more explanation. But I did want to give you a broad overview of what we're looking at here. And hopefully you can move forward with that. All right. Thanks very much for listening, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.